All right, so let's get into the Jimmy Henchman stuff. So you were signed to Jimmy Henchman's label. That was Czar Entertainment, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you have close ties with any of his other artists, like The Game or anything?
No, I didn't. Because I met them during my MTV battle. During the time that I battled, before I won, one of their representatives, my man Tone Boots, he said, "Yo, listen." He walked up to me. He said, "Yo, and this is how deep in the game Jimmy Henchman was. I just didn't understand it. One of his direct right hands at his label was a high ranking guy at MTV. So my man Tone Boots, he's walking around. I kept seeing him watching me. And he was like, "Hey man, I represent, not only MTV, I represent Jimmy Henchman, blah, blah, blah. I don't know nothing about Jimmy Henchman. I'm a 23-year-old kid from Philly. I don't know nothing." So he's like, "Yo, I represent him. He wants to do business with you. He's very powerful. He got money. He believe in you." And he specifically said, "Jimmy don't care if you win or lose this battle. He want to sign you." That's what got my attention. I said, "Oh, now we cooking. Now that makes sense. So you want to sign me no matter what. Bet that." So I ended up meeting with him. Jimmy was the coolest short dude I ever met. Now, if you don't know nothing about Jimmy Henchman and you met him, you would think he 100% a regular businessman. Very unassuming, very non-threatening, with a suit on, hair sharp, briefcase. And the first thing he said, "Listen, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to hang with you." I was kind of offended at first because that's the first thing he said. He was like, "Yeah, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to hang out." So I'm kind of like, "What?" He said, "I want to do business with you." He said, "I see money. I'm not going to lie." He said, "I look at you. I see money. You're going to do big things, and I want to invest in your career." That was mind blowing. Like, damn, nobody never been that honest with me. All right. Hell yeah. As soon as we start doing business, he cut me a check right off the bat. I think the first check was maybe like $5. So he says, very interestingly, at the end of the meeting, he says, "Yo, the MTV pay you yet?" And I was like, "Nah." And I was kind of emotional because now I'm broke. Like I said, and I still got to keep up this appearance. And I'm like, nah, he could see I'm pissed off. I'm like, nah, they ain't pay me. They making me wait. I was like, "Bro," and I got an image to keep up. I'm telling him, and he looked at me. He motioned to his man. This was like some mob shit. I never seen nothing like this. Boy walked over to him with a black briefcase. Man, my manager's sitting there. Now my manager's a straight gangster from South Philly, Italian guy. Not a figurative gangster, a real gangster. Dude ain't afraid of nothing. But he know what time it is. When you see somebody do this and people walk in the room with briefcases, it's clear to see something's going on. So my man take out stacks. He counts out 5 bands. He said, "Yo, that's cool." So I'm like, "Yeah, cool for what?" He's like, "No, I just want to make sure you're cool." He's like, "Listen, you my artist now. I'm going to make sure you're comfortable." Made sure I had money in my pocket, 5 bands off the top. Gave me the contract. I see the contract. I didn't even get too far in the contract, but I do know at that time, the budget back then was like $250,000 just to do one album with Jimmy Henchman. So I was like, "Yo, I don't know who this dude is, but I'm with it. Let's do this." So that's how we ended up doing business, man. He actually was not as bad as you would think he is. I never seen none of the things that you heard about.
So during this time, it's like the start of the G Unit beef, though, right?
100%. Yep.
So you never saw anything that was like streetwise or anything like people in danger or anything around him?
No, because the way that Jimmy moved, he moved like the mob. Like some people say they the mob. No, he moved. Listen, when we would go to Def Jam to play these people my records, no exaggeration, I would go meet Jimmy at the office in Manhattan, and I would ride in the Benz with him. This dude had a fleet of Benzes in 2003. No exaggeration. I'm not making this up. Not maybe, not kind of. He definitely wasn't renting them because he had them all the time. He had at least 5 jet black Benzes, the same exact car. And every car is a different set of guys. And every set of guys was guys that Sean won't play with. And they just followed him around. And that's how we moved around. And I'm 23. I thought it was dope. I thought it was, yo, this is fire. I didn't really think about it. Like, bro, who are these people? Why are we riding around in all of these Benzes and they just jet black? Yeah, bro, I didn't know.
What made you want to sign with Jimmy, though?
Like I said, at the time when I'm waiting for my check, at the time when I'm meeting stars and celebrities, and they just like, yeah, you're nice. Have a great day. Nobody cared about me. Jimmy was like, yo, I care. Like, listen, and I don't want to be your friend. Like, he's like, listen, yes, you're going to make money. I'm already rich, and I'm telling you, you're going to make money. Here's some money till you get some money. Nobody never
So
talked
he was
to me
very
like
transparent with you.
that.
He was very transparent.
Very
Yeah.
transparent.
Got you.
And he wasn't a tough guy. Like, he never gave you the feeling that if you don't do something, somebody gonna dangle you out a window. It was nothing like that.
Oh, he wasn't gonna Suge Knight you.
No, see, when I say that, I don't even mean it funny, but if you seen Suge, you would know, damn, I don't want to play with Suge. If you seen Jimmy Henchman, you would want to go hang out with him.
Got you. Okay. And then at that time, you didn't know the controversial history with Tupac or anything in Jimmy Henchman.
Not at all. So now, as I'm making my rounds in the industry, so now I'm going around some of the people that I met at the MTV thing, and now I'm letting people know, hey, look, I signed, Def Jam is closed down, but look, I signed with Jimmy Henchman. I'm letting people know. And I let 2 celebrities know, shout out to them. I'm not going to mention their name. I don't want to disrespect them. But I told one guy, and the guy said, you signed to who? I was like, yeah, Jimmy Henchman. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to be honest. I can't do business with you. I don't even want to talk. Like, I can't talk to you anymore. Just like this. And this is a made guy. And I'm, huh? He's like, yeah, I can't talk to you no more. I wish you the best. Then my last conversation with this guy. So now I'm like, oh shit. Did I just lose an industry plug because I signed to this dude? Who is Jimmy Henchman? So now I'm doing my inquiries. I asked another legendary industry guy. This guy says, okay, so I play this guy some music first. The guy says, oh, this is fire. I love what you're doing. I love the direction you headed. So who you with? I'm with Jimmy Henchman. Smiles go away. Almost no conversation. And then it's like, yo, you know what? Yeah, I ain't really crazy about that music that he was just going crazy about. Yeah, I ain't really crazy about that. Matter of fact, yeah, man, I wish you the best, man. I can't mess with you. What do you mean? Yeah, I don't mess with that guy. And as long as you're doing business with him, I can't do business with you. Now, this is the second powerful industry person. So I said, all right, I'm sick of this shit. I said, hey, all right, look, you don't got to snitch, but tell me something. Why are y'all running from me? What is wrong? He said, well, I'll tell you this. He said, just go ask around about Jimmy Henchman and Tupac. Tupac? What are you talking? What that got to do with me? All right. Now I go ask questions. Somebody say, oh, go listen to such and such song. Go listen to Against All Odds. Huh? Now, at this time, I'm not a Tupac fan. I'm a fan of him, okay, from the movies. Okay, he can rap. Cool. I get around. I like some of his songs, whatever. I wasn't a Tupac head yet. Man, I went and listened to Machiavelli. Heartbroken, bro. When I heard him say, promise to pay back, Jimmy Henchman, in due time. I know you, bruh. Imagine the 23 to 24-year-old me hearing that. Like, I remember I got the chills, bruh. Like, yo,
you got the chills as soon as he said, set me up, wet me up.
Soon as. Because you know what I think? I think different from everybody else. I immediately think, could they do that to me? Would they do that to me? That's exactly what I'm thinking. So I called my manager.
Did you sign with him as a management deal, or was it a label deal?
Well, I was signed to him as my production company, which pretty much was a label deal.
Oh, got you. Okay.
So he pretty much had all of the say so in my career, but again, I didn't know. So now, this is the punchline. So dumb, young, cocky me, because I got a manager that's a gangster from South Philly, because I'm doing my dirt, I feel as though I can go to New York City and question Jimmy Henchman about what he did to Tupac. You can't make this shit up, man. I promise you, man. So I tell my manager like, what? I love Tupac. So now we going back and forth. No, we can't have that. No, we going to New York. We going, yeah. Mm-hmm. So we get to New York. I never forget. And now when you go to the Henchman office, it's always a bunch of dudes in there, like a bunch. He employed dudes that just came home. That was his punchline. He showed love to the streets. So the streets love Jimmy Henchman. So we get there as usual. It's a bunch of dudes in there that look like they could kill everybody, right? So we get there and I'm feeling myself. I'm like, man, where Jimmy at? Like I'm feeling, man, I gotta talk to Jimmy. People could kind of see, they like, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. Where Jimmy at? My manager got his little ice grill on. We in there with our little arms folded. We don't even understand who Jimmy Henchman is, bro. So he finally make his way to us. We see him. He's like, yo, come in the office. We go to the office and I say, fresh out. No, I didn't even wait, Panda. I say, hey, man, what's this I'm hearing about you and Tupac? Yo. Jimmy was like, yo, he didn't smile. He didn't laugh. He didn't get mad. I said, what you talking about? And I said, man, what's this I'm hearing, man? I said, people are running away from me saying that you did something to Tupac, man. I'm telling them just like this. I said, I don't like it. I'm aggressive. I don't like it. It's affecting my career. And then something told me, yo, calm down and just watch the room. We kind of just started looking around. We didn't realize that everybody that was in the studio or throughout the studio, they're now kind of in the room. And everybody just kind of waiting, I guess, for Jimmy to say whatever's about to happen. So he kind of just make it clear that, nah, we cool. He's like, listen, yes, I know Tupac. Yes, we have a background. I ain't do nothing to that man. He said, but if you heard something, I understand why you heard it. And he just basically let me know, I can't explain it, Panda, but in a nice way, I felt like he was telling us, watch your mouth in my office. Like I can't explain it, but he
no,
definitely
I know what you're talking
clear.
about, because when somebody is that calm, that's when you should worry. That's when you should worry, when
right,
somebody is that calm with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And mind you, I'm signed to him. So he know in his head, he like, man, first of all, you signed to me. I know your address. I know everything about you. Calm down, young boy. And like I said, once I calmed down and stopped being stupid, now we going home. And now I'm talking to my manager like, yo, I'm uncomfortable. What are we going to do? This is going bad. What if he kills me? We having these conversations. So, man, make a long story short, I don't know if it's just karma or whatever. Not too long after that, Jimmy Henchman goes to jail. And he goes to jail. We didn't know then, but he goes to jail apparently for whatever, but they ended up booking him for having something to do with Tupac getting shot. The same exact thing that we questioned him about. So my life is flashing before my eyes at this point. With it. Like I'm sitting at home and I remember just randomly it says, New York, such and such, Jimmy Henchman is going to jail today for the involvement in Tupac. Like, bro, the chill that I got, I can't explain it. It just let me know I was this close to offending the person that possibly did something to one of the greatest rappers of all time. And I'm signed to this man. Yeah, it could have got real crazy for me, bro.
Yo, you can't write soap operas this good.
It's crazy, bro.
I bet you that moment that you saw that's when they cue that music. Dun, dun, dun.
Right. You don't realize how dangerous people are because, again, he was the first person that I ever met that was not barking. He wasn't telling you how dangerous he is, how tough he is. He has on a suit. His haircut is sharp. And you have the understanding still somehow that let me not play with this guy. And I'm lucky that I never got disrespectful because who knows if I would be here having this convo.
Yeah, you know what it is when somebody's that confident in themselves. They know who they are so confidently. Right. That's where it's like, man, that's crazy.